Well, hi there. I'm Doc Reiss. This is Cano Real Estate, and this is the market report for the Portland Metro for December 2024. December was an interesting month, and the cap on the year unlike one before. 2024 saw an average of 994 more homes added every month. That's impressive, but it's just below the activity level of 2023. 8 months out of the year saw increased sales over the year before, including the last quarter when things are typically slower. December saw a jump of just over 4% in new listings, a 1.3% increase in accepted offers, and a whopping 15.3% jump in closed sales when you compare it to December 23. All of that lowered the number of homes available, and inventory dropped to a 2.7-month supply of properties available. It took 14 days longer for a home to move off the active listings in December, but the average inventory throughout the year was just under 2.8 months supply. Now remember, it takes a 6-month supply to have a balanced market. At last year's levels, it was a seller's market all year long. With a low inventory like that, you might expect prices to skyrocket. But surprisingly, the average sales price only went up 1.8%, from $598,000 in 2023 to $608,600 in 2024. Now that's a bump of just about $10,500. The median price for a home in Portland Metro, now remember, that's a price for the homes that are in the exact middle of the price range. That went up about the same. In this case, $11,000, from $532,000 to $543,000. Someone saw one of these reports and asked what the numbers meant. Well, let me see if I can explain. An average is when you add them all together and then divide by the number of things you added. So for inventory levels, for example, they went from a high of 3.5 to a low of 2.3, and the average was 2.79. Now, the disadvantage of using an average is that one or two particular numbers, high or low, can really skew the results. So if you have outliers like a really low-priced property, for whatever reason, the average is going to be down. If you have a really expensive property, it'll drive the average up. And if the prices in a neighborhood or a city are pretty much the same, an average is good information. But think of the median price as the 50-yard line of real estate prices. When you look at the two figures, it tells you a lot about the housing market. If the average price is way high above the median, you know that there's some expensive homes in that mix. If the average is below, you know that there's some less expensive homes out there. And when you have a situation like we do right now in the Portland Metro, you know that there are no properties that are outliers and that the prices are fairly universal in their increase. And it's not one type of property or another that's skewing the numbers. The average price went from 1.8%. The median price went up 2.1%. If you started looking last year, you can expect to be paying about 2% more this year. So what's ahead in 2025? Who knows? But you can rely on the team at Cano Real Estate to give you the information and the guidance that you need to get the best deal, whether you're selling or buying. So give us a call today at 360-823-3333. For Cano Real Estate, where you hire an agent and get a team, I'm Doc Reiss.